Abstract. Both Russian authorities and Russian society have a sense of harm associated with the position of Russia in the world. They do not agree with the dominant role of the West. To a large extent it is associated with a sense of Russian pride. The consequence of this situation is the growing confrontation between the Russian Federation and the West. Currently, the theater of confrontation is i.e. the conflict in the east of Ukraine and the war in Syria. The intensification of military tension is also observed, the confirmation of which is the violation of the airspace of NATO members. The author of this article undertook research effort associated with the determination of the fields of confrontation between Russia and the West. Keywords: confrontation, military tension, Syria, Ukraine, Russia. Rosyjska kontra Wabkswaya Zachodu. Abstract. Zerowno Rosyjski Wladzjaki Rosyjski Spoleksenstwo Majapoksusi Krzywdizwaya Zainzi Pozikja Rosgw Swishi. Ni Godza CZ Dominuja Kerala. Introduction. It is true that the West is unable to understand Russia or enter into a constructive dialogue with this country. It is also true that both countries make accusations concerning their unwillingness to learn about each other, or their frequent use of stereotypes in bilateral relations. This strengthens Russians' conviction that they are unique. Since 2012, Russia has been defining itself as one of the global ideological centers that is a stronghold for traditional 9. NR 12019. DESECURIT JUL. Conservative values, which are the foundations of the authority and the entire society. Moreover, the West is regarded as washed out of meaning and axiological content, devoid of a strong link with the absolute, enslaved by its attachment to material possessions, atomized and disintegrated. The President expressed his opinion regarding this matter during his address to the Federal Assembly. Currently, many countries reassess their moral values and ethical norms, and undermine traditions and the differences between people and cultures. Society is now required not only to acknowledge a person's right to his or her freedom of conscience, political views and privacy, but also to accept good and evil without any reservations, treating them equally, even though they are opposing concepts. This destruction of traditional values from above leads not only to negative consequences for society, but it is above all anti-democratic, as it is based on a narrow view, notional ideas, against the will of the majority that does not accept the ongoing changes and the revision of values that has been suggested. We know that there are more and more people all over the world who support our stand on defining traditional values, which have constituted the spiritual and moral civilizational foundations of each nation. Traditional family values, true human life, including spiritual life. Not only material existence but also spirituality, the values of humanism and global diversity. This is repeated as if it was a mantra during meetings with politicians, journalists, experts, and influential figures from the world of science and culture. Russia wants to show in this manner that it is different from the liberal West, whereas liberalism is an ideology of capitalism, which is of transnational character. This anti-liberal stand is combined with Russia's links with anti-system movements in the West. For example, Russia's political and financial support for the French National Front is revealing. The party is headed by Marine Le Pen, who supported Russia's annexation of the Crimea in return for a loan of €11 million. It was the first part of €40 million, which is to be allocated for the president.